lanterns faded in the square. The music slowly died, but in the quiet of the midnight air, I saw you by my side. Your eyes were like a secret star that heaven tried to hide. Two strangers from divided worlds, standing side by side. They told me love could never live between your name and mine, but in your whispering heartbeat I crossed the battle line. One night beneath Verona's moon, our hearts began to fly. A single moment in your arms felt stronger than goodbye. The world outside was full of wars, but in your eyes I knew forever could begin tonight beneath Verona's moon. Balcony in silver light, your voice called out my name like a prayer the stars remembered, like a spark inside a flame. Your hand reached through the silent dark where roses used to climb, and every second next to you was stolen out of time. The night was soft with promises, the sky was deep and blue, but somewhere fate was waiting for lovers it once knew. One night beneath Verona's moon, our hearts began to fly. A single moment in your arms felt stronger than goodbye. The world outside was full of wars, but in your eyes I knew forever could begin tonight beneath Verona's moon. Beneath Verona's moon. If love could stop the rising sun, we'd still be standing here, two shadows dancing in the dark, with nothing left to fear. But dawn was writing tragedy across the silver sky, and time was slowly stealing a dream we couldn't hide. One night beneath Verona's moon, our souls became the same. Two hearts that burned so brightly, they set the stars to flame. And though the dawn would take us where broken lovers lie, our love would live forever where moonlit memories cry. So when the night grows quiet and lonely lovers swoon, remember us and whisper soft. One night beneath Verona's The night was quiet in Verona, shadows dancing on the wall. The world outside was full of anger, but your whisper broke it all. Your hand was trembling in my fingers, like a promise we could keep. Two hearts hiding from tomorrow in a love forbidden deep. They built their walls around our names with centuries of scars, but in your eyes I saw a sky brighter than the stars. Our secret vows in the dark when no one else could see. Two hearts swore forever in fragile secrecy. The world was full of hatred, but your love was like a spark, a promise written softly. Our secret vows in the dark. We spoke of dreams that felt impossible, of mornings yet to come, of running far beyond the city where the war would finally end. Your voice was like a prayer to heaven, your tears like falling rain, and every word we whispered was defying ancient pain. The stars above were silent as if they understood that love was growing stronger where it never should. Written softly, our secret vows in the dark. If dawn had never found us, we might still be standing there, two souls beneath the moonlight, breathing in forbidden air. But fate was slowly turning the pages of our fate, and love was just a heartbeat, too fragile against hate. Our secret vows in the dark still echo through the years, a love that bloomed in silence and drowned the world in tears. Though time may bury stories where broken lovers lie, our whispered midnight promises will never truly die. So if you walk through Verona when the night leaves its mark, I might still hear two lovers, their secret vows in the dark. The chapel bells were silent, the night was cold and still. Your name was like a prayer echoing through the hill. The stars above Verona were trembling in the sky, as if they knew our love was never meant to survive. Your letter never reached me, your voice was lost in fate, and every step toward your tomb was walking into pain. They said our love was dangerous, a fire that couldn't start, but they never saw the moment when the dagger chose my heart. When the dagger chose my heart, your name was on my breath. A love too bright for this dark world, too beautiful for death. The night was crying silver tears as we were torn apart, but even fate could not erase when the dagger chose my heart. I held you in the moonlight, your face as pale as smoke. The roses on your marble bed were whispering goodbye. The poison kissed my trembling lips like sorrow in disguise. But loving you was always worth 1,000 last goodbyes. When your eyes awakened, too late to keep us apart, you held the blade of destiny against your broken heart. When the dagger chose my heart, your tears fell like the rain. Two souls caught inside a love that time could never claim. The world may call it tragedy, but heaven knew our part. We chose forever in that moment when the dagger chose my heart. Ancient wars don't go. No family names to tear us, no fate to play its part. Just you and me together with unbroken hearts. So when the dagger chose my heart, the heavens held their breath for love that dared to bloom even in death. And though the world remembers where sorrow left its scar, our love became eternal, like two undying stars. So if you walk through Verona when midnight tears depart, remember us forever when the dagger chose my The candles flicker softly inside the silent room. Your name is carved in marble beneath Verona's moon. The roses on your resting place are trembling in the night, as if they feel the sorrow of our unfinished life. I call your name in whispers, but only echoes stay. The world feels colder now since you were taken away. They said our love was reckless, a dream we couldn't keep. But even death is powerless against the vows we speak. One kiss before the poison, one moment left to give. If loving you I know that you are near. One kiss before the poison, before the night grows wide. I'll carry you forever, even on the other side. The moonlight touches gently your pale and silent face, like heaven's last reminder of beauty time can erase. I hold your hand in silence, the warmth has slipped away, but loving you is always worth the price I have to pay. The bottle waits beside me like fate I cannot run, but love was never meant to be afraid of what may come. One kiss before the poison, one moment left to give. If loving you is dying, and dying lets me live, the stars above are fading, but still your eyes appear. And in this final heartbeat, I know that you are near. One kiss before the poison, before the night grows wide. I'll carry you forever, even on the other side. Maybe somewhere far beyond, where broken lovers go, the wall between our families will finally let us grow. No walls between our heartbeats, no tears we have to hide, just endless skies of quiet love. With you there by my side. One kiss before the poison, before the darkness starts. A love too strong for this cruel world still lives inside our hearts. And oh, the dawn may find us where silent roses lie. Will bloom forever, beyond the weeping sky. So if you walk through Verona, when midnight shadows glisten, you might still hear two lovers sharing one last kiss before the poison. The night was filled with whispers, old grudges in the air. Two houses built on hatred, two hearts that shouldn't dare. But in a room of strangers, where lanterns softly swirled, your eyes met mine in silence, two souls against the world. They wrote our names in rival ink, in stories filled with pain. But love was never meant to bow to centuries of blame. We were two souls against the world, standing in the storm. Your hand in mine was all I needed to keep my heart warm. Let kingdoms fall around us, let angry voices scream. Our love was stronger than their war, stronger than their dreams. Two souls against the world tonight, beneath the silver sky. If loving you balcony was glowing with moonlight soft and pale, a secret bridge between our lives, too fragile not to fail. You whispered dreams of freedom, of running far away, when no one cared about our names or what our fathers say. But shadows carried warnings from every ancient wall, and fate was slowly listening for lovers bound to fall. We were two souls against the world, standing in the storm. Your hand in mine was all I needed to keep my heart warm. Let kingdoms fall around us, let angry voices scream. Our love was stronger than their war, stronger than their dreams. Two souls against the world tonight, beneath the silver sky. If loving you is losing all, then I will gladly try. If time had shown us mercy, if hate had learned to sleep, perhaps our love would still be dancing where silent roses weep. But even in the darkness where broken stories lie, our hearts will beat forever beyond the weeping sky. We were two souls against the world, a flame they couldn't tame, a love that burned so brightly it set the stars aflame. And though our hands were torn apart, our souls will never fall, for love that dares to fight the world outlives the world and all. So when the moon lights Verona and lonely shadows twirl, remember us forever, two souls against the world. The city slept in quiet stone beneath Verona's light. The echoes of 1,000 wars were fading in the night. And softly through the silver air your voice called out my name. And suddenly the world I knew would never be the same. Your window glowed like heaven, your shadow touched the sky. And in that silent moment, even the stars stood by. They said our love was dangerous, a dream that couldn't stay. But standing there beneath your eyes, I let the fear drift away. On the balcony where time stopped, your hand reached down to mine. A single breath between our hearts felt deeper than all time. The world outside was burning with anger we had known, but in that fragile moonlit place, our love had found its home. On the balcony where time stopped, two souls began to see that love could bloom in darkness, even for you and me. The roses climbed the ancient wall like secrets left to grow, and every whispered promise was a truth we dared to show. Your laughter floated softly like music in the air, and every second standing there was more than we could bear. Because the dawn was waiting beyond the velvet sky, and every stolen heartbeat was closer to goodbye. The stars above were trembling as if they understood that love was growing stronger where it never should. On the balcony where time stopped, your hand reached down to mine. A single breath between our hearts fell deeper than all time. The world outside was burning with anger we had known, but in that fragile moonlit place, our love had found its home. On the balcony where time stopped, two souls began to see that love could bloom in darkness, even for you and me. If time could turn its pages, if hate could fade away, perhaps our love would still be dancing in the light of day. But fate was writing tragedy in ink we couldn't hide. Two lovers born in different worlds with nowhere left to hide. On the balcony where time stopped, our hearts were truly free. A moment carved in moonlight for all eternity. And though the dawn would steal you and tear our worlds apart, that night will live forever inside my shattered heart. So if you walk through Verona when midnight shadows drop, you might still feel the memory of the balcony where time stopped. The night was soft in Verona, the stars were shining low. Your whisper felt like heaven in the quiet glow. Your hand was warm in mine, like a promise we could keep. Two hearts hiding from the world while the city fell asleep. We spoke of endless tomorrows, of dreams we dared to make, but fate was watching silently for love it planned to break. They told us dawn would find us where broken lovers lie, but in your eyes I saw a sky where love could never die. We were alone, the morning couldn't save, a fire too bright for day, to dare to dream too much, a love the morning couldn't say. The roses on your window were trembling in the breeze, like they could feel the sorrow growing to the leaves. Your voice was like a prayer floating through the dark, and every word you whispered was lighting up my heart. But somewhere in the distance, the first light touched the sky, and every fragile heartbeat was one step closer to the dark. The moon was slowly fading, like tears we couldn't hide, and time was stealing moments we wished we could rewind. We were alone, the morning couldn't save, a flame too wild to tame, two hearts caught inside a war we never meant to claim. The stars had blessed our promises, but fate had sealed our grave. Two lovers lost in destiny, a love the morning couldn't save. This night had lasted longer if hay had learned to sleep. Perhaps our love would still be dancing where silent roses weep. But time had other stories waiting far above, and tragedy was waiting for a fearless kind of love. We were love the morning couldn't save, but not a love in vain. For even in the darkest state, our hearts would still remain. A world may tell our story, where broken echoes wave up to young souls who love too much. Love the morning couldn't say. And when the sun rises over Verona, and lonely shadows fade, the wind still carries whispers of a love the morning couldn't say. The night was soft in Verona, and as stars were shining low, the night watched all the filth in Verona. The night was soft. bells of Verona are silent tonight. The moon hangs low and pale. The streets remember whispered love and a forgotten tragic tale. Two names carved deep in marble stone, where sorrow softly waves and crimson petals gently fall on a silent lover's grave. We were young and fearless once, two hearts that dared to stay, but love was born between two wars that never went away. The stars were watching quietly when we first gave our hearts, but even heaven couldn't stop the world from tearing us apart. Now there are roses growing on a silent grave, blooming where our broken dreams once lay. Their petals whisper through the wind of a love that couldn't stay. Two hearts that burned against the night, two souls too brave to hide. And though the world has long moved on, our love still lives inside, in roses growing on a silent grave. Your voice still lives in memory, like echoes in the air, and every step through the Verona streets feels like you're standing there. The balcony remembers us, the moon remembers too. Every secret promise I once made to you. The war between our families is quiet now at last, but peace arrived too late to save our love lost in the past. The stars that once had blessed us still shimmer far above, like witnesses to the beauty of our forbidden love. Now there are roses growing on a silent grave, blooming where our fragile hearts once stayed. Their thorns protect the memory of vows we never betrayed. Two lovers resting side by side beyond the reach of pain, where time can never steal again what love dared to remain. In roses growing on a silent grave. Perhaps beyond the endless sky, where sorrow cannot stay, we walk beneath eternal stars, where night becomes our day. No walls between our heartbeats, no ancient war to blame, just endless fields of quiet light where love still speaks our name. Now there are roses growing on a silent grave, brighter than every dawn we never saw. Their petals carry every tear, every promise, and every flaw. And though the world remembers us as shadows lost in pain, our love became eternal, like roses after rain. So when the wind moves softly through the Rona's quiet cave, you might hear the story roses growing on a silent grave. The lanterns faded in Verona Square. The night was soft and still. Two names were whispered in the air. Two hearts that dared to feel. Your eyes were brighter than the stars that shimmered high above. And in that fleeting moment, we were fearless in our love. But ancient walls were listening to every vow we spoke, and fate was slowly writing the promise it would break. They said our love was dangerous, a dream we couldn't hold. But love is never careful when two young hearts are bold. We'll be forever young in tragic love, where moonlit memories stay. Two hearts that burn too bright for dawn, and slowly slipped away. The world may call it sorrow, but heaven knows the truth. Some loves are born eternal, forever young in tragic love. Was glowing with silver threads of light. Your whisper floated through the dark like music in the night. We spoke of distant futures, of days we'd never see, of running far beyond the hay where we could just be free. But somewhere in the silence, the dawn began to rise, and every fragile heartbeat was one more last goodbye. The stars were slowly fading like tears we couldn't hide, and time was turning pages we never got to write. With you there by my side, we'll be forever young in tragic love, where time can't steal our flame. Two souls remembered by the stars, who softly speak.